He was a big dog. Not at first. At first, he was an awkward puppy with paws too heavy for his body and eyes too old for his age. A Rottweiler, male, calm, observant. As if he always listened to the world before deciding how to act in it. He never knew cruelty. He never bit people. Not once. Even when guarding the yard, even when warning. He would step in between, stand firm, look heavy. He could bite, just enough to make one thing clear. Don't go any further. That was always enough. He didn't need to prove his strength. He simply knew it was there. The territory was his law. Everything inside, under protection. Everything outside, under watch. He loved the rabbits in a strange, almost absurd way. At night, he would climb into their cage and lie beside them, warming them with his body. He wouldn't let anyone come close. He wouldn't touch them. He would just stay, as if he decided that if they were weaker, then they were his responsibility now. He didn't accept other animals. Strangers, especially. There was no cruelty in it. Only a clear line. This is not my world. People talked to him. They didn't break him. Didn't press. Didn't dominate. And he answered the same way. He was clever, with that quiet kind of intelligence that sees a few steps ahead. When he was caught doing something wrong, he would lie down flat on the ground, spread out his whole body, turn his head away. You don't hit someone who's already down. He knew that. And no one did. He was strong. Very strong. But he obeyed one person not out of fear, out of trust. He could be stopped, called back, held, and he would come. With a small child, he became different, slower, careful. He allowed himself to be touched, pulled by the fur. He breathed quieter, moved softer, as if he understood. Strength isn't something you show, it's something you restrain. They would walk far from people, into the tree lines where the ground smelled of earth and mushrooms. He ran around them, disappeared, returned, checked that everything was in place. She picked mushrooms without fear, because he was nearby. And people didn't hurry towards someone who walked with a shadow like that beside them. When he was young, he discovered passersby. He would run out of the yard, sit in front of people, lift one paw, and look at them. Silently. They fed him. He came back with his head lowered, as if he understood he had done something wrong. Later, he grew up, and people stopped smiling. They started walking around. Once, he ran out toward a woman carrying grocery bags. She froze. He ran clumsily, wide, yet heavy. The owner shouted, explained, he wasn't running at her. He was running at the bags. And it was true. He pushed his nose into the bags, completely uninterested in the person. They took him away, and he walked back satisfied as if he had simply checked the world for food. Then something in the air changed. The house didn't empty all at once. First, familiar sounds disappeared, then footsteps, then smells. Things stood differently. The yard grew quieter. He waited by the gate, lifted his head at every sound, but more and more often, the wind brought the wrong ones. That day, he walked them out as always. From the house to the road, he brushed against them, sniffed their hands. They scratched him between the ears, where he loved it most. They told him they loved him, and they left. He stayed. The house became chujim, foreign. Too big, too empty. There was too much echo in it. He lay where someone used to sit, listened to the silence, waited. Then the last one left too. Another person came. They fed him, looked after him. A neighbor helped. He was not abandoned, but dogs don't feel care. They feel presence. He got sick. The fever wouldn't break. He stopped eating. They treated him, injected him, pulled him back. He endured it. He always knew how to endure. But the house was empty, and the silence was too deep. He lay and looked, not pleading, not accusing, just looking. The way those look who understand that the most important thing has already happened. When he left, the house became truly empty. They say it was easier that way, that he couldn't have lived in tight spaces, that he was a dog of open land, air, movement. Maybe that's true, but some things aren't measured by convenience. He lived his life correctly. He guarded, he loved, he waited, and he left when there was no one left to wait for. He was a good dog, and dogs like that don't stay halfway.